Good evening, everyone. Uh, I'm here at my backyard actually, and I thought about. I'm sorry, I haven't uploaded for some time, but I don't know. I realize, oh, why? What if I upload what I'm doing right now? Because you know what I feel. My family is actually went to One Heart Camp, and my wife is one of the staff there, and my kids are in the workshop. So they will stay there for some time, and also they go for a camping also after that. So I will be alone for maybe a month or so. So what I do is I go to work, come back home, and then I'll eat. While eating, I'm watching, you know, chess or boxing or some movie or some shorts. And then later on, I realize, oh, it's already 12 midnight, 1 a.m. It kills a lot of my time. And I realize I indulge so much, seems like I feel I'm busy, but without my knowledge, I indulge so much in electronics that I don't even have enough time to take a rest. When I go to work in the morning, I feel I'm not relaxed. I feel I don't have enough sleep. So I said, oh, I need to once in a while get off from electronics. And I want to be in nature because nature is very relaxing. Nature is very therapeutic, healing. It is a place where you can meditate and rejuvenate and recharge yourself actually. So even though tomorrow I go to work again, and I want to go for in nature, at least to camp, but don't have much time for that. And I realized, oh, why don't I just set up my camp? Why don't I just camp in my backyard? That's why I set up my camping, my canopy, my tent here. And I'm having dinner right now, and I feel this is good for me. But the reason why I'm sharing is I feel it's also good for you because majority of us are into electronics actually, that we even neglect things that are important. We even neglect, we don't even have time to reflect and appreciate nature. So even though I'm still in the city, by just being in the backyard and setting up my tent here, sleeping here at the backyard, I feel like already I'm in nature and barefoot here. I'm connected with nature. So also eating foods from nature. So this is mostly from my backyard, but not all. So this one is carrots, organic carrots, but these are nectarine. Lettuce from my garden there, nectarine from my here, and tomatoes. I have tomato here and some veggies, but this one I bought from Costco. This is pumpkin seeds, walnut, and pecan, and I mix it here, and I mix 3 spoons of organic olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and apple cider vinegar. This will be my sauce, and it's really yummy. And some of it I mix it with organic Greek yogurt, and it's also yummy. So I feel like I'm in nature, eating something in nature, and spending some time in nature, even though I'm just here in the backyard, and lessening electronics. And I feel this is very good for us. I'm sharing this because it's good for me. Every time I feel in nature, I feel so relaxed. I feel rejuvenated. If I'm there inside the house, most of the time I spend time in electronics. And yeah, that's it. I'm alone. Anyway, that's why a while ago I do live, because I feel I'm not alone while eating. I'm sharing with people, you know. So I feel like I'm not alone, even though it's still social media, but it's better than nothing, you know, because we are living in a time where, because of electronics, because of technology, because of social media, uh, the intimate relationship, face-to-face relationship with other people become less and less, you know, and this is very bad for our health, you know. If you study blue zone regions, people who live longer and happier, most of the time they were in community. They have close family ties, you know, and they eat food from nature also, from local farms. Like for example, Okinawa, Japan, you know, there's no McDonald's there, even though right now they have, but before they don't have McDonald's. So people buy food from local farms, and they socialize, you know. They don't socialize like the way we do right now. We have many friends in Facebook, but these are not real friends, you know. Real friends are, you know, you talk to them face to face. They have this so-called muay, where people are engaged with each other since childhood, you know. They get paired with half a dozen friends when they help each other for life, you know. So people the age of 100, 103, 106, they're still, you know, healthy. They don't have life insurance. They don't have this, you know, health insurance that we have here, but they're healthier than us, you know, because they spend more in nature. So for me, there are three kinds of health that we need to consider: the chemical side, the food we eat, the mechanical side, you know, exercise, talking about exercise, motion, and the emotional side, that has something to do with the relationship, you know. We cannot neglect each one, you know. Even though you're eating healthy, if you don't have good relationship, you can be unhealthy. Even though you're eating healthy, but in good relationship, and you don't exercise also, you don't move, you can be unhealthy also. So these three factors needs to be considered for us to be healthy. So yeah, so I try, people in Blue Zone region are always in community. They have strong, good community, you know. Icaria, Greece, Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, you know, Loma Linda, California. So all these people who live the longest, they have a good, strong community. Also, there's a study by Dr. Robert Waldinger, where they study people who live the longest, and with all those hundreds of studies, interviews from these people whom they monitor since they're from teenager, from Harvard until, you know, they become old, you know. It's a more than 100 years, more than 100 years. Oh no, 1937. Let's start 1937. Almost 90 years of study, and you know their conclusion: good relationship keeps them happier and healthier. You know, that's the conclusion. You know, that's what they found out. Yeah. So relationship not in people, but also relationship in nature. That's why I try to once in a while get off from electronics and just be in my backyard and sleep here, and then try to eat healthy food. All right. So thank you very much. I'll see you in my next video.